In a great move for affordability and a populist movement on Friday night, President Trump, realizing how people are getting squeezed with record credit card debt in the United States, gave an executive order limiting interest rate on credit cards to 10%. Now, a lot of these cards are charging 25, 27, 30%, but the Federal Reserve is saying they're not going to force that because, of course, they're in bed with the gangster banksters on Wall Street. Well, now the DOJ says, well, we're going to sue you and subpoena you if you don't do this because this is an executive order within our jurisdiction. So he got the Federal Reserve and Jerome Powell on the side of the Wall Street gangster banksters that are trying to screw more Americans with a higher interest rate. Now, there'll be some ramifications, like obviously it's going to be tougher to get an extended credit. People that don't have a good credit rating are going to have a harder time getting a credit on their cards. I mean, that's just part of the math they do. But if you owe right now, it's capped at 10%. And for the Federal Reserve to say, no, we're not going to enforce this, President Trump said, well, then I'm going to just subpoena and sue your ass. So not going to happen. This is what Trump does. This is leadership. This is affordability. Now, that is one of the big things coming up. The other thing is there was a great report done by John Solomon on Just the News. You can see the headline here. One of the greatest reports done on all of these paid protesters on ICE. Where are they coming from? Who's funding them? Who's paying them? Where are they getting the money? He's finding out they're coming from billionaire Marxists like George Soros and others. These people are billionaires. They want the country to collapse so they can make more billions off it. Wall Street doesn't stand in the way. Now we're finding out that they're also funded by NGOs, by the CCP, by all kinds of foreign entities are funding these protests. Every one of these people that are getting this money, every one of these entities that are giving money, the banks should shut them down. They should debank every single one of them because this is nonsense. This is just paid agitators by foreign money or CCP or the Communist Party or Marxist billionaires. Follow me on social media at JF Radio Show, at JF Radio Show. Share this with your friends. Comment. We love to get your comments. And remember, these are paid protesters. They're not organic. It's not like George Floyd. They're coming on here in D.C. They come on Marta from Northern Virginia.